Okay, I'm in front of the union office, union building. There it is right there. Have a look. Nice sign. Union Syndicate, Syndicate. So we're going to talk to somebody here. And how you doing?
I'm very well, Charles. Good.
And what's your name?
Tom Mann, Executive Director of the New Brunswick Union of Public and Private Employees.
Listen, your name came up there a couple of days ago. I wanted to straighten out a few things. Give you. By the way, this is not. Oh, could you come here? The wind is coming. Sorry, wind is a little bit this way. Try to straighten out a few things. This is not planned. You don't know what I'm going to ask you. You were at the economic session or the business meeting in Moncton, where all the high-class people of society were attending. Can you explain there what it was all about?
Oh yeah, this week the Business Council of New Brunswick held an economic summit, 2.5 days, and I was asked to be a panelist to talk about the impact of the economy on real citizens of New Brunswick, real people.
Are they real people, those high class? Do they know how it is before? Those high class people there?
Well, you know, we've got to be really careful when we identify the high class. In this province, you know, we have 3 levels of businesses. We have the businesses that you and I can go in and talk to the owner on a daily basis. You know, the mom and pop shop. They're businessmen in this province. Then you have the businesses that are receiving money from the government, businesses to generate the economy. Some of those businesses are obsolete. Some of those businesses are not competitive and they don't have a real place in the market, but for some reason we're able to give them taxpayers' money that could be going to social assistance, that could be going to places like trying to eradicate food banks.
Yep.
You know, and then you've got the big businesses. And the fact of the matter is, in this province, there's only a handful of big businesses.
Oh,
Matter
yes.
of fact, the Business Council only has a membership of about 25. But there are 250 people there. And a lot of them are my friends from growing up. I wouldn't call them the elites of New Brunswick.
No.
I just call them as hardworking people.
Joe, John, Peter. Okay.
Absolutely.
So, what did you learn at that meeting besides listening to all these high-class people, or John, Joe, and Peter?
Well, one of the things that I was really encouraging was that we got to widen the circle on the discussion. You can't have 250 business people and 20 people from other circles. We have to widen the circle, otherwise all that was generated is a business plan for the business community, not an economic plan for the whole province.
True.
We need to have the stakeholders of civil society, much like the People's Forum that was held in Moncton last week. And what I attempted to do this week is bridge the concerns of New Brunswickers who weren't invited to the Business Council meeting. My invitation came by way of my participation on a roundtable called 2026, which is a group of New Brunswickers, about 30.
And you're well known, the democracy thing and all
Absolutely.
that. I mean, they want to have a voice like you in there. Or
I found it quite ironic that I was able to wear a shirt and a tie, and less than less than 7 months after the NB Power deal was pulled, that I was up in front of them telling them that they had to raise their taxes.
What's the last time I seen you with a shirt and tie?
I wear them occasionally.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
So, how these people, they don't understand why some people are on social assistance. They don't. That's a different level. You know, they say, why do we help those people? You know, I mean, how do you explain the communication?
Do you know what's really, really sad, Charles? If you look at the economic system that we have in this province and in this country, they won't admit this, but they need poor people to make their system work. They need...
They're working poor also, you know.
Oh, there's a huge working poor. You know, when I was able to quote the statistic that over 100,000 New Brunswickers live in poverty, and that includes people who are working poor, people who are working and still making under $20,000 a year, which is the poverty line.
And non-unionized employees that don't have no benefit, they got no health care card. You know, it's.
I mean, we've got a real disjoint, and there are those people in this province that want that disjoint to continue, and then there's other people in this province that want there to be more equality. Because the problem is when you have inequality in a community or in a society, you have distrust. And if you have distrust, you don't have any sense of cooperation, and you don't have any sense of what we use in our language, solidarity. And the opposite of that cooperation is dysfunction.
Exactly.
And we have a dysfunctional economic system in this province. I'll give you an example. The Liberal Party, in their tax reduction plan that they instituted in 2009 already cost us $143 million in revenue in this province. Now, the Progressive Conservatives, they're saying that they're not really going to change that plan. And if they don't change the plan, within that period of time, New Brunswick will have lost, as a province, revenue of $378 million. You know, I always learned that if we have a hole, if you're in a hole and you're digging, the way you get yourself out of the hole is you put the shovel down. You stop digging. Tax cuts. The reason why we have this deficit has been tax cut after tax cut after tax cut. Our revenues to provide services to all New Brunswickers in healthcare and social development, there's less and less and less money. And there's an element in New Brunswick that thinks that's fine. I happen to be on the side, which I think is the majority, but we're not at the majority of those meetings. We're in the majority saying that's not fair, and we have to have more equality, because without equality, we're really up against it, quite frankly.
So the bottom line is, what do you think they accomplished at that meeting in Moncton?
Well, I think a couple things were accomplished.
Hold it. Let's go. I don't want to make sure that I get the whole thing here. Hold it. This is the end of part 1.